Hi everyone, it's Delphine from the Archer and Olive Ambassador team. As the title suggests, today I'm going to show you 5 spreads you should consider including in your back to school bullet journal. First up is a really bold and motivating quote page. I think it adds a lot of character to your planner, and it's also a great reminder in times of despair, aka the exam period. I created 2 or 3 bullet journals for my brother, and every time I did, I always included a similar quote inspired by Aura Arts. I just love the bold fonts and how loud it is while staying neutral because of the use of black and white. To create this quote page in particular, I drafted it with a pencil where I wanted my letters to be, and now I'm tracing over them with my fine liner. And I'm not being super worried about being perfect because in most cases, I'm actually going to fill the letters with a black brush pen. By the way, if you're wondering what the orange paper is, it's just a notepad paper to avoid having pencil stains on my hand and then dragging that all over the page. This is definitely a longer process, as you can see, but since the letters were already drafted, I actually find the process relaxing. You don't really have to think, so feel free to enjoy music, a TV show, an audiobook, anything you want while tracing the quote page. But if you don't have a lot of time on your hands, I actually created a printable version of this spread in particular. You can find it on the blog that I wrote on Archer and Olive's website. So you can download the printable and either glue it on your bullet journal, or you can print it and then trace it yourself, but at least the drafting process will have already been done. If you end up recreating the spread or downloading the printable, please tag Archer and Olive and I. We always love seeing your creations. After filling my letters with a black brush pen, now's the time to add decorations. As always, you can do whatever you want here, but I was once again inspired by Aura Arts. I therefore decided to add little sparkles, broken lines, and clouds using a thicker fine liner. I also took a white gel pen to add details and contrast within the letters themselves. For the word stronger, I basically added tiny dots over some areas of the letters, and I think this is my favorite font out of all of them. To be honest, I think the hardest part is knowing when to stop adding all of these decorations. If you're going back to school this fall, a future log can help you achieve a global view of all of your assignments, presentations, due dates, and exams all in one place. There are so many ways to arrange this classic spread, but I opted for a horizontal layout this time, inspired by Amanda Rach Lee. As always, you can adapt this spread depending on when your semester starts, so you could add an extra calendar on each page or create a vertical future log, which is typically what I do in my own bullet journal. Decorations are, as always, optional. But if you're in a hurry to set up your journal for the school year, using a thick washi tape like this one is the quickest way to add interest to your spread. This washi tape in particular is coming from the self-care box Rest and Renew from Archer and Olive. The Rest and Renew box is curated with different stationery items in the hope of bringing you creative wellness. It includes products like a notebook, a gold pen, prompt cards, stamps, and washi tape. As always, you can use my affiliate code Delphine10 for 10% off your Archer and Olive order, and yes, it includes the self-care box. I finished this spread by adding little details like highlighting the days of the week with my calligraph brush pens, a drop shadow, dividing the spread in half, and that was pretty much it. When I was in school, I would set up my bullet journal at the beginning of the school year, not in January. Including a reminder spread in your setup will allow you to formulate intentions, whether personal or related to school, but also the things you can do when you need to calm down or daily reminders to help your mental health. School can definitely be stressful, or at least it was for me, which is why these reminders might help you when anxiety takes over. By the way, you could totally switch up the categories I listed here, as always. And side note, I really love the fake washi tape decorations. They're super simple to create using a fine liner and a brush pen. My 4th spread might be the most useful one of all if you're going back to school. With a schedule, you can add not only your different classes, but also your work schedule, the time you're planning to study, or your gym classes. This is why my timestamps are a little bit on the more extensive side. You can also personalize it to your own schedule and needs, and you can color code all of the elements I mentioned. The last spread I'm recommending you add to your back to school bullet journal is a habit tracker focusing on 4 habits for the entire semester. Although I usually create habit trackers as part of my monthly setup, creating a habit tracker for your entire semester will actually save you time when you're going to need to create your monthly spreads. It would also provide an overview of your habits during school, which is great. The habits I added to this habit tracker are working out, walking 10,000 steps, sleeping 8 hours, and reading. One last detail I added to this habit tracker is dedicated space to write things to be grateful for and restorative actions. I once again like the idea to have reminders throughout different spreads to take care of yourself. These washi tips are once again coming from the Rest and Renew self-care box. Alright, so that was 5 different spreads to include in your back to school bullet journal. I hope you appreciated this video. If you did, please like and comment. Don't forget to tell us if you recreated one of these spreads and to check out the printable I created on Archer and Olive's blog. See you in the next one. Bye!